we're always appreciative in the sports business to receive free stuff. I mean, look at you, Mike Del Tufo. That's all you do is wear it.
Your whole life.
Have you paid for anything that you're wearing today at this point?
Oh, no. The Sphere thing's
literally
free.
right now, Sphere's okay.
Got that from my
Your
buddy.
shoes.
I went and watched
You paid
YouTube.
for your shoes, right?
You pay for it? Okay.
Yeah, the Hokas I pay for.
Okay, so and we frequently receive stuff in advance and promotion of things to see from other even sports media organizations.
Sure.
For instance, a box came to the studio from Amazon. I'm like, I didn't order it.
Oh, whoa.
And it was, we open it, and it's a in support of a promotion of Black Friday game on Amazon Prime between the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Yeah.
And it's a T-shirt of the entire Prime Video gang with me in the middle.
Where?
And so let's bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick in support of this game from Prime Video. Am I working with you now? Have I been hired by Bezos and I was unaware, Ryan?
I mean, you've got a beautiful mug.
Thank you.
Decided to put it front and center there.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought you were going to make a comment on mine. I had to pay for this.
No. Is that
I don't know what's going on here. I got to talk to some people at Amazon about that.
Is that an iron-on? What is that on your jacket there? Is that, did they iron
I made
that?
it myself. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I don't get any swag. They're giving you swag.
I got this in the box.
You ever wear that shirt? Will you wear it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm. It's kind of weird because I'm. Better you are, by the way. Did you choose this photo? Did you choose the photograph of yourself on there? Look at you.
Yeah, I submitted that photo, and they somehow accepted it.
There you go. All right, now that's the backstory of the shirt. Ryan Fitzpatrick here on the Rich Eisen Show in advance of the Prime Video coverage of the day after Thanksgiving, the Black Friday game between the Chiefs and the Raiders, Thursday Night Football. Good to see you, Ryan. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I feel like you're always talking to my buddy Andrew Whitworth, having him in studio, and I just don't get to chat with you as much.
Well,
anymore.
where do you live? Where's your?
I'm in Arizona, not too far. Arizona.
Oh, okay. Do you wanna fly into Los Angeles and hang out, Ryan? Want to do it?
Yeah, this is great. This is a good venue.
This is fine. That this distance is enough, right here. You know, and by the way, watching you, it's great to see somebody like yourself with the beard, and you will go shirtless. You don't care. We've seen this before. And Tony Gonzalez, if it drops between 60 degrees, like his jaw stops working, it's tough for like. Can you help him out with the cold weather, Ryan? Can you do that for me?
He claims he has a condition, like an actual medical condition, where he can't feel his fingers and his toes when it drops below a certain temperature. Which I say that's being cold and being a weenie. But you know, last week we had this great moment. Jameis Winston on the desk after the show.
Yeah.
White and snow everywhere, and Jameis dives, and Tony he was just watching. He didn't want to get wet. He didn't want to get cold. Yeah, it's kind of who he is. Once it drops below 40 degrees, it's not his thing, man. It's not his thing. He played in Kansas City.
I was about to say, how did he play in Kansas City all those years to make the Hall of Fame? What happened? You know?
Oh, because Kansas City, as you know, can be a very cold place in December.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's jump into the football aspect of this. The best team you've seen so far this year is which? Which team? Personally,
I think it was the other week, the Eagles. I mean, they've hit their stride. It's been amazing since their early bye week what they've become and finding their true identity and running the offense through Saquon. They look pretty dang good right now, man.
I mean, I saw Saquon personally on Sunday night. I was in SoFi for that one, and it was every single time he touched the football, everybody held their breath because you never knew what was going to happen. Like the excitement level for Eagles fans and the dread for Rams fans every time he touched the football, and every time he left the field, there was relief by Rams fans and disbelief by Eagles fans. Where's he going? You know, like why does he have to come off the field? He is that to me expresses to me that he's most valuable. Like he's the MVP of this season so far, Ryan.
Yeah, and I think it's really hard to not give it to a quarterback. I understand it usually does go to one just because everything that goes into it, but I mean, he's making the case right now. He really is. And you even see it his teammates, the guys blocking for him, even the skill guys, and the excitement they get every time he touches the ball, throwing an extra block down the field, putting in that extra effort, because they know he truly can go the distance every time he touches the ball, and he continues to show that. The other thing, he came on our desk. You want to talk about one of the nicest human beings. I mean, the guy just exudes happiness and confidence, and he was a lot of fun to get a chance to talk to.
Yeah, and that was when the fans in Philadelphia started chanting "Thank you, Giants," and he turned down the opportunity. Say that again.
Yeah, among other, they were chanting "Thank you, Giants," among other things.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that's. I didn't catch the other things, but the thank you, Giants. But he turned down the opportunity. He any opportunity he has to sort of shovel dirt back up the turnpike, he turns that down. He turns it down every time.
He's got a humility to him. I mean, even earlier in the season when Sirianni came up to him and asked him, and they had it on the mic'd up stuff, you want to go back in and set the record, and really stick it to him. He just doesn't. He's a classy guy, and that's the way he's carried himself throughout his entire career. We're just getting to see it even more now with the success that he's having in Philadelphia.
Well, and it's obviously, you mentioned the Eagles are playing terrific. You just saw them. The Bills you saw first up. You haven't seen them since week 2, that game at Miami, when they started to put their stamp on things, but all of us were trying to see how consistent they can be, and I think they have proven it. Why are they so good, do you think, Ryan?
I'll tell you, I think they've surprised a lot of people this year, and one of the things they've surprised me with, we know who Josh Allen is. We know he's great. Obviously, the loss of all the leadership between Poyer and Hyde and Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs and all the captains they lost this season, Mitch Morse. Josh has been able to fill that void. This team is as close. I think Detroit and Buffalo are the two teams that are probably as close as you could be in terms of the team chemistry, in terms of playing for each other. And that stuff goes so far on the field as well. But I think their defense, they lost Milano again early in the season, and there was a lot of question marks about their defense, a lot of question marks about the middle of that defense, and they've really shown up this year. So that's been really impressive, and now they're getting healthy at the right time. And hopefully this everybody eats thing on offense, Amari Cooper getting healthy, Keon Coleman getting him back. Everybody's had a role in this thing, and everybody feels equally important and pulling in the same direction. And so I think that's why they've been as successful they have this season.
And just to ask this question with the caveat, and I use that word knowing you from Harvard knows exactly what I mean by that, that everybody wants to win the Super Bowl, and every fan base, it would mean a lot to them. But you knowing the Western New York Bills Mafia fan base, what would it mean if Josh Allen and the Bills pulled it off this year? What do you think it would mean, Ryan?
It's hard to describe. I'll say this, Josh Allen is the perfect quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, and it goes well beyond his playing ability. It's his personality. It's how much he cares for the city. It's how he holds and carries himself every single day. And he understands, deep down, he understands how important it is for that city, for him to bring a Super Bowl to them. And I know that that's his strongest desire in the world. I would be out there amongst them shirtless for sure if that were to happen. And it would be a wild scene because they live, eat, sleep Bills football out there.
So you would definitely make it for the parade, is what you're saying.
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, this is, people have been waiting their whole lifetime for this. And this is a generational thing. You're not, a Bills fan, then you move somewhere. Your kids become Bills fans if you were a Bills fan. Doesn't matter where you live. It's probably the most fun I have going through the airport every week. When I walk by a gate that says Buffalo or Rochester, or I see somebody with a Bills hat on, I mean, they wear it all the time. They wear it on their sleeve, and they absolutely love being Bills fans, and it's truly part of their identity.
Yet you're going to go visit the team that frequently stands in the Bills' way once January hits. We saw what the Bills did against the Chiefs just a couple weeks ago, and even Josh Allen afterwards was saying it was another game. That's all it is,
Yeah, but we all saw his touchdown run and that flex that he gave after the touchdown run with a few extra shoulder shrugs. He could say it was another game, but that thing meant a lot more. But I think, what you've seen over the years with the Chiefs and last year, now we've seen a bunch this year, these one-score games. I mean, if the Chiefs can keep it close, obviously Patrick Mahomes has showed he's inevitable and he's going to win the game. So how do you get up on these guys and stretch it to a two-score lead? They're as vulnerable as they've been this year, and we've seen that in the last 3 weeks. We saw it when Buffalo beat them. But I'm really excited to get an up close and personal look just to see their offense, to see their defense has taken a step back the last few weeks. But I didn't think they could do it last year, and they did. So I'm sure they'll prove me wrong again this year.
Well, I mean, just hearing you say the words that they're vulnerable more than ever, it just gave me flashbacks to last year. You even just referenced it, Ryan, and part of the reason why I think Raiders at Chiefs was chosen by the league and is going to be on a marquee holiday spot like this Friday on Prime Video, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is because in this matchup last Christmas Day, the Raiders pulled it off, leading everyone to wonder, can the Chiefs flip the switch? We did find out the answer to that question. Are you going into this game with the same concern that the Chiefs won't find the switch this year?
I mean, it's amazing. They're vulnerable and they're 10-1, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so crazy. But I'll say the best part about our schedule this entire year has been we've had a ton of division matchups. And I think you saw that last year with the Raiders and Chiefs. We'll see what happens this year. It's obviously been a really disappointing season for the Raiders. But last week for us, when we got to go to Cleveland and we had Pittsburgh at 8-2 and Cleveland at 2-8 going into that game, I like to remind Andrew Whitworth, yes, there was one of us on the panel that picked Cleveland to win that game, yours truly. But these division games, you don't know what's going to happen. They play each other different. They know each other so well. The Max Crosby, Patrick Mahomes rivalry. And then one other cool note that we'll get a chance hopefully to witness with Tony Gonzalez there. Travis Kelce has a chance with one touchdown catch to pass Tony Gonzalez for the all-time touchdown leader for the Chiefs. So I think that'd be a really cool moment. Tony has so much respect for Travis, for him to be there and to be there for that moment.
That would be amazing. Yeah. First Thursday night Thanksgiving game NFL Network ever did, and now kind of creating the night game on Thanksgiving was Kansas City against the Broncos, and Trent Green visited our set afterwards, and it was really an incredible scene. And now here you are, the day after Thanksgiving in Kansas City for that moment. It's going to be great. My only concern for Tony is I just looked it up, Ryan, 35 degrees at kick. That's below the 40. So I don't know what, cocoa soup.
So we've got a heater under our desk.
Okay.
He doesn't just do the hot hands with those little baggies. He's got like electric plug-in things. He's got actual heaters. He's like plugged into USB ports in the green room.
Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? He's plugging in USB ports before going? Wow.
I swear to you, he's got every contraption known to man.
Well, then thank goodness there's no precipitation supposed to be coming. So at least he'll be fine right there. He'll just be cold and nothing else in danger. And listen, now that you got flexed into a game in Los Angeles, coming up in a couple weeks, Ryan, just fly on in. The seat is yours. And I don't even know who Andrew Whitworth is anymore. How does that sound? He's out. You're in. How about that?
We'll go together. We'll come together.
How about that? Look at you. Yeah. You're a uniter. And here I went. My first default is not usually to divide. I appreciate you bringing me back in, Ryan. I appreciate it. And again, is that seriously? That's not really Thursday Night Football gear. You actually posted that. You put that on a vest of yours. Is that what you did?
Actually, no. It actually is Thursday Night Football.
It's very
nice. I'm expecting you to reciprocate at some point. Now that we've given you a nice package, maybe you could give me a shirt with your face on it.
Okay,
that'd be great.
That's very good. Or I'll just send you this one. And then there's a mug. You come in here, I'll shower you with swag, Ryan. I'll do that. Take care, bud. You be well. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.